Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here tonight. Well. It's been a very interesting week, Warriors, and I've got like some things to share with you, and it's getting heated up as we get closer and closer to the inauguration. We don't know what we're going to be experiencing. I mean, now we've got drones. We've got Donald Trump suing the media. The media, ABC in particular, has to pay him a lot of money. We've had a unfortunate, very, very unfortunate and tragic school shooting, which I did a video about. And all of the people are coming together in the evil powers that be, trying to figure out how we can stop this man, Donald Trump, from getting into the White House. What do you think they're going to do? I don't think anything they're going to do is going to actually be able to work. And check out my Stephen A. Smith video. He is really going off. He's just like, y'all just need to give it up. Just give it up. You lost. It's over. But I don't think they know how to give up until God has his say. But before we get into it, don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Also, my new show, The Linda B Show, premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to go check it out right after you watch this live. You're like, Linda B, I got to go to bed. But check it out. You know, it's best to check out my videos within an hour of them posting. That makes them go out into the YouTube algorithm and makes it, be more of a recommendation for people. So you really help me out with that. But I'm going to go ahead and just welcome to everybody. Michael Rodriguez, glad you're back. Welcome back, Michael. Welcome, June. Iron Ear, you guys, you're amazing. We're going to go ahead in a brief prayer. Dear God, in Jesus' name. God, you know what we need in this country. You know what we need in our lives. God, we lift it up all unto you. We ask that you forgive us for our sins, for we fall short. And God, we pray that you truly block the hands of the enemy, that nothing that the enemy does will work, that every plan is thwarted. Father, your perfect will be done. Father, this country turns from sin to you, Father, and that our incoming administration is safe. The family members and constituents and voters, all of us, be safe from the enemy in every single way. God, please have mercy on these United States of America and all of us. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I have to pray the intense prayer. Want to make sure I don't leave anything out. But I first wanted to start off. If you saw by the thumbnail that I changed the thumbnail at last moment. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I got to talk about what's going on with Tulsi Gabbard before I get into Liz Cheney. So some people in Trump's incoming administration are a real problem for the evil powers that be. They're big problem. Kash Patel is a problem for them. Pam Bondi is a problem for them. Pete Hegseth, sure enough, is a problem for them. Oh, and RFK is a problem for them. And Tulsi Gabbard is a problem for them. And the reason Trump has so many people that are a problem is because they're like Donald Trump. They want to help clean things up. And they're not they don't have the establishment mindset. They just don't have that. So you got RFK trying to clean up the food and dismantle Big Pharma. You got Donald Trump wanting to get rid of the Department of Education. It hasn't done well since Jimmy Carter put it into place in the late 70s. Education just has not gone well. It's never good to do things on a federal level. It needs to go back to the states, which Democrats, that's just how they do things, federal. And so Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, all the others are just a big problem. And I'm going to share with you this little clip right here. And this is with, let me see. This is Noah Smith right here. And this is coming from Free Thinker Fitness. This is just from a couple of days ago. States Tulsi Gabbard is the real threat, a real foreign affiliated mole in our national security establishment. And, I just don't believe this mess right here at all. Remember when Hillary Clinton tried to say the woman is a Russian asset? Her mind is always stuck on Russia. When she don't like you, she says you're affiliated with Russia somehow. So Noah Smith says, if you criticize Tulsi on X, a massive number of suspicious Russian accounts will attack you. All right, we don't believe anything you guys are saying, but we're going to listen to this Noah Smith. Not sure quite who he is.
In the case of Tulsi Gabbard, this, the just let her let her do some damage and let Americans see the damage is not a good idea. And the reason is because, Tulsi Gabbard, as director of national intelligence, has the potential to, say, compromise our entire national security by giving our intelligence to the Russians, which I think there's a fair chance that she would do. And she's the real threat of all the nominees, more than Kash Patel or Pete Hegseth or anything else. Tulsi Gabbard is the real threat. She's being very quiet herself. She doesn't have personal scandals, so people think that she'll get confirmed because of that. But when you criticize Trump's nominees on Twitter, on X, you can criticize Hegseth and Patel and whoever, RFK, all day long. But if you criticize Tulsi, a massive number of suspicious accounts will attack you. And that tells me they're the one that they fear not getting confirmed. So that's the key package they're trying to slip in as Tulsi. Hegseth isn't gonna turn over our defense establishment to the Russians, and Patel isn't gonna I don't know if Patel will be enthusiastic about rooting out Russian spies, but I think that that's less important. I think that Tulsi as director of national intelligence will be the huge win for Russia. And that's the one that the pro-Russian people are going to try by far the hardest to get through. So she's the real threat, and a real, foreign affiliated mole in our national security establishment potentially. So then I wish people were more scared about Tulsi. She herself is being very quiet and not saying, sort of provocative things in public and flying a bit under the radar. But people need to know that's the one. It's not Hegseth or Patel.
So he is saying it's not Hegseth or Patel. And this is a Noah Smith. I'm not familiar with him, and I'm just going to look him up real quick. I'm not sure if this is the right one. An American blogger, a journalist, and commentator on economics and current events, a former assistant professor of behavioral finance at Stony Brook University. That's what I'm finding on this Noah Smith. Okay, an American blogger and a journalist. So he's saying Tulsi Gabbard is a foreign asset, an affiliate mole for Russia. That just sounds like something they made up. That again, we know the Democrats like to make stuff up. Now, this woman is somebody who is pro-America. In my opinion, I don't get any bad vibes off of Tulsi. You guys tell me what you think. If you get any bad vibes off of her, I don't get anything like that. Because if she were that horrible, then the evil powers that be would actually like her. We always get nervous about people that the media likes. Well, you know how they treated her when she was on The View. Remember that? And Joy Behar, they were just taking up for Hillary Clinton. See, when they take up for the person, then that means that person is crooked. The very fact that they don't like Tulsi on the left, and they're just trying to say, and Hillary Clinton called her a Russian asset, that means she's good to go. That must be she's all right. I mean, that's just my barometer. I mean, if they liked her, then I would be like, oh no, we got a bad one. But it looks like she's a good one. And that's just my opinion. That's what I go by. I honestly go by that. So he's saying that she's the totally real threat. They've got other little things about her on here, but I wanted to also show you something else. This is Bolton. Bolton admitted that the establishment fear Tulsi Gabbard because of her position on the U.S.-funded biolabs in Ukraine. I am definitely going to play this for you so you can see this.
For example, there's so many to pick from. She said at one point that Russia was justified in invading Ukraine because of U.S.-funded biological weapons facilities in Ukraine. They're going to, Beijing and Moscow, they're going to say, this is somebody who is going to be very helpful because of these bizarre positions that she takes, and many of our friends and allies around the world with whom we share intelligence, we rely on their collection for intelligence that's important to us. They're going to be very reluctant, not just to share the intelligence, but to do anything that would call their own sources and methods into question that could put them in harm's way. I think it's a prescription for paralysis in our intelligence community to have somebody whose positions are so off the planet that they would have that effect.
Ukraine has biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they.
Again, here they go again, saying that the establishment, it says, fear Tulsi. And if the establishment fears Tulsi, that is great. That is great. U.S. funded biolabs in Ukraine. This is why they are so afraid of her. So afraid. Be afraid. That's what y'all get for being dirty all this time. That's what you get. Also, I have deep state on defense. Numerous officials that signed a letter opposing Tulsi Gabbard's nomination for Director of National Intelligence are tied to groups targeting election misinformation, left-wing organizations, intelligence agencies, and defense contractors. Yes, so anybody from the deep state that opposes Tulsi's nomination, they have close ties to defense contractors and censorship tools. And it says the deep state is targeting Tulsi Gabbard, viciously attacking President Trump's pick for the Department of National. So this is DNI. Despite her decades of experience fighting for America, the deep state swamp stench is running scared. The time is now to unequivocally rally around Tulsi. Support Tulsi, the soldier. Oh, they are scared. And see, I just didn't realize they were more afraid of her than Cash Patel and Pete Hegseth. They scared of this woman with her superwoman grace streak. Yes, I call the superwoman grace streak. And you know that she wanted to sue the Biden-Harris administration for putting her on that secret domestic terror watch list also. Wow. It says the soon Director of National Intelligence is on a Ukrainian hit list website, Microvorets. They accuse Tulsi of being a Russian agent. This won't end well for Zelensky and Kyiv. The CIA will be reporting to her. A Ukrainian hit list? Oh my goodness. They are scared of this woman, y'all. They really scared of Tulsi. That is wild to me. That is wild to me that they are so afraid of her. And back in August, it says that Tulsi Gabbard has now been under surveillance by Biden-Harris for over a month. I have been informed that the targeting package that the TSA created for me when they put me on the secret domestic terror watch list is still operational. And this was back again in August. I don't want it to seem like it's something that just happened. But you see what's going on here. These people are scared. They are so scared. First of all, they're scared of Donald Trump, and they're scared of just about all of his nominations. They're just about scared of all of them. Pete Hegseth, and looks like Tulsi Gabbard has really got them shaking. She's got them shaking. What are you guys saying about this? Let me read some of these comments. Nina, we need to stop everything Biden is trying to do before he leaves office. He's not trying to have a smooth transition. You know, I caught them lying anyway. They talking about, like after Trump won, they were being like really, really nice. And, oh yeah, we respect a smooth transition. That's what we want, a smooth transition. They kept saying it. And they did it the first time. And then they had all these impeachments planned and all the stuff. And I heard from somewhere that they have 10 impeachments. I'm not saying this is true. Allegedly, I heard this reportedly. I saw this somewhere that they have 10 impeachments ready for Donald Trump before he hasn't even stepped into the White House again yet. We still have just over a month to go. And supposedly, don't know how true it is, 10 impeachments waiting on him. That right there is dirty and won't work. Okay, stop the foolishness. I hate to have to sound like Stephen A. Smith, but y'all need to stop your mess. Okay, you see everything you are doing is not working. God is on Donald Trump's side and our side, and he hears our prayers. Stop the foolishness. You need to try and play nice to try and help yourself a little bit. Okay, because some stuff has come out about J6 too with Liz Cheney. Yeah, tampering with witness without the lawyer present. Oh, yeah. And it involves one of the women on The View, Alyssa Farah Griffin. You guys, it is getting hot and heavy. All right, let's see. Ginger. She stepped away from the D's. She did step away from the Dems. Tulsi did. She went independent, and then she said, I'm just going to go Republican. A lot of people find that, not everybody, some people stay independent, but I feel like in a way, this is just my opinion, you can say what you feel about it or feel however you want, but I feel like when people are independent, they're just choosing not to pick a side because, I don't know, I just feel like you're just out there with no real home when you're an independent. That's just my opinion. Like, pick a side already. It's like you're riding the fence. And so need to see if he's getting any money from Clinton Foundation. Okay. Proud Army mom. I worry they released this report too soon. Should have waited till Trump was in, because I have a feeling because this came out, Joe, or should I say his people, will have Joe pardon both Liz and Hutchinson. Well, they love to pardon. They do. Tulsi Gabbard needs to sue this piece of trash. She is outstanding. Absolutely. Tulsi is great. I see absolutely no issues with her, and Trump will be glad to have her on his team. Please do not listen to John Bolton. He is a big lying piece of sugar honey iced tea. You know what? I try not to say words like that, but I got to say, sometimes it just fit with your emotions at the time. I'm just saying, that's just me, because sometimes no other word will do. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that Trump sues every fake news outlet and the women of The View. I don't like the women of The View. Lord, they get on my last nerve. Sorry to say this, but I find it's true. White people that look like old hippies or children of them look like these people. Ginger. If Joe Biden is so mentally unfit to be prosecuted, he should not be allowed to issue any pardons or make any decisions about anything. All right. And just about 32 days before day one of President J. Trump presidency and JD Vance, we can't wait. Y'all, we got just over a month. I just can't wait. I'm so tired of these people. And so far, I'm liking things that Donald Trump is doing. You know how I feel about, if you don't know this, I am totally against chemicals in food and the drugs and things that they put in our food that they have banned in other countries. I'm looking forward to that. And also an honest media. Oh my gosh, you have no earthly idea how happy I am. Trump is going to clean house. Yes. And see, that's what I've been saying for months, that they don't want the house to be clean. They don't. They like their money, how they've been getting it with the insider trading, the Pelosi's and all of that. They like it. Yes, we can wait to see American Strong back again. Some respect, put some respect on the United States of America's name. Now, we didn't really have a whole lot of respect emanating from the current administration. And I'm talking about Joe Biden. I call him Jim Crow Joe and Cackling Kamala. Not that much respect to them. But I'm going to get to the next part of the news, which is Liz Cheney. Now, Liz Cheney is the proverbial rhino. And we got to see what's up with this, because she's got some mess going on with her, for real. I mean, for real. And it's involving, of course, J6. I'm going to read this and we're going to listen to the actual clip. It says, interim report on J6 dropped today, and Liz Cheney and Cassidy Hutchinson now potentially looking at prison sentences. Cassidy Hutchinson lied to have drafted a handwritten note for Trump on January 6th. Cassidy Hutchinson lied about the classification status of documents to disparage Mark Meadows. Liz Cheney and Cassidy Hutchinson worked to wrongfully disbar Stephen Pasantino. And to add a little context, recently new texts reveal Liz Cheney gets busted secretly text messaging with J6 star witness Cassidy Hutchinson about her testimony without her attorney's knowledge. And Cassidy Hutchinson's secret signal messages were captured and revealed. And Liz Cheney was discovered to be secretly communicating with star witness Cassidy Hutchinson back in 2022. Cheney communicated with Hutchinson both directly and through an intermediary. The intermediary is one of the hostesses of The View, Alyssa Farrah Griffin, while Hutchinson was represented by her attorney, Stephen Pasantino. This is a huge scandal between the two, and unless they get presidential pardons, which unfortunately are likely, I don't see how they will avoid prison. Now, this right here is Cassidy Hutchinson, and just to put a little bit more context to who she is, let's see, I had it up. She's like the former, okay, here she is, a former White House aide who served as the assistant to Chief of Staff Mark Meadows during the first Trump administration. So she served as a former White House aide who served as assistant to Chief of Staff Mark Meadows during Trump's first administration. So this is Cassie.
Angry.
And she,
very angry.
She is, this is about J6, former aide to the White House. And here she is before Liz Cheney.
Very angry response to that. Tony described him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Ornato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
And was Mr. Engel in the room as Mr. Ornato told you this story?
He was.
Did Mr. Engel correct or disagree?
All right, see, that's Hutchinson talking to, of course, the proverbial rhino, Liz Cheney. Now, while she was telling that story, Cassidy Hutchinson, she was clearly lying. You know how I know? She is trying so hard to remember her script. When you're telling the truth, you don't have to strain like that. She was straining. Okay, she was literally like she had a bowel movement that got stuck and wouldn't come out. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get like that, but she was like, okay, she was trying. That's not how you tell a story when you just know it, when it just really happened, like what you're telling. You don't have to strain that hard to remember. That woman, that heifer, was lying through her ever-loving teeth. She was lying. These people out here doing the most. Do y'all really think y'all gonna get away with all this stuff? This is insane. And this is my advice to anybody out there that is part of the evil powers that be, not like they're gonna see this video. Y'all just need to cool down, okay? Just like Stephen A. Smith said, it's over. You need to give it up. It's over. You don't waste the taxpayer money because y'all don't ever really care about us anyway. Selling pieces of the border wall on pennies on the dollar, everything the demon rats do is not for our benefit. It's to cover their A squared. That's what it is to do, is to cover their butts. I'm just sick and tired of these people right now. And to actually come up with these absolute falsehoods is beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me. And there she is sitting. And I want to show you text messages as well that were between Liz Cheney and Alyssa Farrah, from what it looks like. And Alyssa Farrah, I'm going to show you a picture of Alyssa Farrah also. Do you guys know who that is? She's on The View. She's one of the hosts of The View. Not that you really probably care, but just to let you see that she is one of the ladies of The View. I'm going to show you this real quick. It's a lot that's going on right now. A lot of dirt is being exposed as well. This is Alyssa Farrah. Okay, she's the one who claims to be a Republican, but she didn't vote. She says she did not vote for Donald J. Trump. That's what she said. She said she doesn't like him. You know, she's got to keep her little cushy job on The View where they're paying her a little money. But we're going to see these text messages right now, and hopefully you can clearly see this. Alyssa Farrah, if you look at the top, it says Alyssa Farrah, Liz Cheney. It says, and this is Alyssa, it says, "I know you're busy, but is there a chance you've touched base with anyone in regards to what we talked about? Tuesday night. Oh, hey, yes. So I reached out to, and this is, okay, so the first column is Alyssa Farah and Hutchinson, Cassidy, or what's her name? Hutchinson. And over to the right is Liz Cheney and Cassidy Hutchinson. So Alyssa and Cassidy right here on the left. I know you're busy, but is there a chance you've touched base with anyone in regards to what we talked about Tuesday night? Hi, yes. So I reached out to Liz. She agreed to keep our conversation totally confidential. She said she admires you and could tell that you wanted to get, to do the right thing from your testimony. Her one concern was so long you have counsel, she can't really ethically talk to you without him. But what she suggests is a follow-up with you, with your lawyer, that she and Dan George can lead, probably can do without other members. And Tim, does that help at all? I can tell she really wants to work with you and is just trying to figure out the right way to do it. I mean, do you think this is actually of interest to her at this point? Or is it most like, have they moved beyond it? Oh, it's very much of interest. She basically wants to structure it in a way that you are comfortable and wants to make sure it's clear if you speak to them again. All right, so that's between Alyssa Farah and Hutchinson. Now, this is between Liz Cheney and Hutchinson. Okay, hi, this is Cassidy Hutchinson. I'm sorry for reaching out this way, but I was hoping to have a private conversation with you soon, if you are willing. I would be happy to. This is Liz saying, I would be happy to. Let me know what works for you. I'm free all day for a call or in person, whichever you prefer. I really, really appreciate this. So there's a call back right there. It says call back. Give me a call when good for you. Is now okay? Can we aim for one that works? I'm sorry I missed you. Please call when you have a moment. I'm worried to initiate the call in case you tied up with something. Yeah, so that is that's that communicating. Now, according to how you're supposed to do things, you're not supposed to talk to a witness without their counsel, without their lawyer present. And this is witness tampering. Yeah. And Liz knew better. Everybody knew better. This is Liz doing what she's not supposed to do. Fancy that. Another rhino doing what they're not supposed to do, as if we are any way surprised at all. And she is clearly doing what she's not supposed to do, and witness tampering. So let's see what you guys are saying about that. All right. It will take 2 months to fumigate the White House. I agree. It's going to take it's going to take a while. To me, I don't even know. It would take a miracle if all of this can be done in 4 years. I don't think it's going to take longer than that. So we need to pray that J.D. Vance gets into the White House. He will have the experience under Trump. I just see it being J.D. Vance as the next president if we do things right and if things are done fairly. The more afraid they are, the more dangerous they are. Yes, that's true. Oh, thank you so much. Come to. Thank you. Wishing your voice going far and far. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, Brooklyn, 11 million illegal aliens protest Trump inauguration. Sick. I am a registered independent, but I have voted always Republican, except for one time I voted Democratic. And you're saying Richard Rodriguez, FBI, to whitewash Liz. Nina, keep it up, Linda. We appreciate you for keeping us informed. And the FBI is crooked. All of those 3-letter government agencies are pretty much crooked. FBI, CIA, IRS, FDA, DOJ. Can we think of anything out of the government that's the alphabet agency that is not crooked? Yeah, that's what I thought. No one can. So I'm going to play, or show rather, this next thing here. Just a second. All right. And here we have some more people talking about this. This is House GOP. These are members of the GOP. They suggest Liz Cheney may have tampered with J6 witness Cassidy Hutchinson, and they're asking the FBI to investigate. Did Cassidy Hutchinson change her testimony in the J6 cover-up committee, including deleting evidence on her way out? Is that what happened?
Administration Subcommittee on Oversight, the committee that's been investigating January 6th, just released its final report for this year. It accuses Liz Cheney of tampering with the witness, Cassidy Hutchinson, trying to influence her testimony. It formally recommends that the Federal Bureau of Investigation criminally investigate Liz Cheney when President Trump takes over on January 20th. One of several bombshell revelations in here. The report also says that Jack Smith colluded with the January 6th committee, but that some of the evidence has not yet been turned over to Congress. They're demanding that that evidence be turned over, something that might happen when the new administration takes over. But a really significant and rare moment for Congress to actually suggest that one of its members should be criminally prosecuted for tampering with a witness in an official government proceeding, a House hearing, the January 6th House hearing. As you remember, Cassidy Hutchinson was the bombshell witness for the Democrats, claimed that Donald Trump tried to commandeer the presidential limousine, take it to the Capitol. We now know that wasn't true. The Secret Service had already told Liz Cheney it wasn't true. She presented the evidence anyways to the American public, tried to give it credence. There's some other testimony where Cassidy Hutchinson talks about a document she claims she wrote it. She didn't. Someone else wrote it. All of that is laid out in this report. But the headline is Liz Cheney could be facing an FBI criminal investigation based on this information that Congress has transmitted this morning.
John, a quick follow-up real quick. I'm looking at witness tampering, obviously a federal crime, up to potentially 20 years in prison if this is witness tampering.
Yeah, it sounds like witness tampering to me. But do you see? I feel like pardons are just a way for crooked people to get away with stuff. It's overused, and I saw something where it said that Joe Biden has already done over 8,000 pardons. I don't know if you guys saw that. I could try and find it and show it to you, or maybe just have to take my word for it. But if I'm not mistaken, it was way above. Most presidents do pardons in the low 100 range, like 100 to 300 and something, no more than 500. His is way into the thousands with Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I hate to say it, is probably the worst president. I mean, it's just an opinion. I don't like him. And I voted for the man. And yeah, I've admitted to that. I made a mistake. I believe the lies of the media, and it's crazy to me. And this witness tampering, which more than likely she might get away with it. And you're right. Someone said she's not a Republican. Liz Cheney is not a Republican. Alyssa Farah is a rhino. Cancel the View. Elon will make it happen. Oh yeah, you know what? These media people are going to straighten their behinds out. They've been lying on this man for almost 10 years now, about 10 years, lying on Donald Trump, making him out to be the very thing that he is not, keeping hidden all the things that he has done, making things appear one way, even on the internet. And those of us who know, we know when the internet's lying. I'm like, Lord. I mean, some things I know. Okay, I don't know everything. You guys teach me a lot, but these people are lying. Okay, lying. And you know what the Bible says about liars? Those who love to practice falsehood, you know where they're going to end up? In the lake of fire with false prophet, the Antichrist, the dragon, everything else. All right, so let me get back to this and let you hear the rest of it.
A very serious allegation. And as we now know from the reporting we did a few months ago, Liz Cheney was communicating to Cassidy Hutchinson around her lawyer. She was represented by a lawyer. When you go out and reach out to someone around their lawyer, you're violating the DC bar ethics, which, by the way, Liz Cheney was a barred lawyer in DC, so she was obligated to follow those rules. But it goes beyond that. It suggests that she was trying to influence the testimony, get her to say things that would make Donald Trump look worse. This is a very serious allegation from Chairman Barry Loudermilk, the head of this committee, the guy who's run the counter January 6th investigation that has found so many things we were denied and not told about in the earlier probe. But a really significant moment today. And you're right. If the FBI were to pursue charges, this would be a very serious crime and one that could carry some serious prison time.
John, apart from Liz Cheney, you mentioned another name that I think is pretty big, Jack Smith. You said that he's named in this report. No referral for Jack Smith, but your expectation is that under Kash Patel, the FBI then would also be investigating him?
There is some evidence that Congress is trying to get its hands on that suggests that Jack Smith was colluding and working with the Democrats to take down Donald Trump. They don't have the evidence. They know what it is. They're seeking it from the FBI and the Justice Department. The hope is, in this report expressed, that when the new administration comes over, Congress will finally get that evidence and we'll know exactly what it was that Jack Smith was doing with the Justice Department, with the J6, committee. Remember, we also believe that Jack Smith may have had contacts, as did the Biden White House, with some of these local prosecutors in Georgia and New York. So that
Georgia and New York. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all because we know about those cases in Georgia and New York. Crazy. Yeah, so Liz Cheney is horrible, trash, as someone puts it. And the story that Cassidy Hutchinson gave to Liz Cheney, when I showed you guys that clip, remember I told you it looked like she clearly was lying? She was saying that Donald Trump was trying to physically hurt somebody to take him to the Capitol. Can you, in your right mind, come on now, see Donald Trump behaving that way, saying, no, take me to the Capitol, take me. She was lying through her teeth. They just make up stuff. And at this point, I don't believe anything that a rhino or a Democrat says. I don't believe them. And he needs to do something because these people have been coming after him for this long. And you know what? After what they tried to do to him in Pennsylvania and at his golf course, I wouldn't be playing nice with these. I mean, you know, that's just me. That's just me. Somebody trying to take me out. I'm like, oh no, we got to do something about you. You trying to hurt me? That's crazy. I mean, this is very corrupt to the core. Now, I got to say, from what I've learned about JFK in the 60s. Oh, before I get into that, you guys, please smash the like button on this video. I need you to smash the like button, comment, and share this video everywhere. I hope you guys are on social media pretty good. Share it through text message. The more you share, the more people view it and view it to the end. It really helps the video reach out further on YouTube. And don't forget, the Linda B Show premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. So the DNC with this administration is the most corrupt in our nation's history. The Biden family is a modern day mafioso, humiliating to good people of the United States of America. Oh, thank you so much, Jack Rice. Said I'm doing a great job. Thank you. Joe Biden was never the president, just a puppet. Say it again for the people who didn't hear you in the back. Joe Biden was never the president, just a puppet. He is following instructions. And see, that's what Kamala Harris would have been had she won. See, one thing I can say about Donald Trump, he is not a puppet. That man is nobody's puppet. You cannot control him. You can't do that. And see, the first time he really didn't know what he was doing his first term. Now he's got all these people that the evil powers that be are so freaking scared of. They're going to have to wear the opinions. They're going to have to put on something because they bladder going to be leaking. They scared. They are scared. The question is, whose instructions? I wonder if we'll ever know. Well, I don't know. Ginger and good point, Mary. Yes. He probably did pardon Diddy. You know, you want those kinds of parties. Ugh. Diddy, that's disgusting, y'all. That's just nasty. And some preachers were caught up in that mess, like TD Jakes, call him TD Fakes, TD Snakes. The Secret Service came out and said that was not true, never happened. Yeah, well, you know, they always lie. It's all intertwined. We love you, Linda. Oh, love you guys too. 125 people here, but only 9 likes. Yeah, y'all give me some more likes, man. Thank you, my sister Linda B, for all the hard work that you put into your videos. We appreciate you and all that you do. And DJ T is an alpha male. He doesn't play, and Trump is the real thing. And, you know, it took me a God thing for me to actually see that the man is truly someone that wants what's best for the country. He's not a young man. He's 78 years old, and he does the work of a 25 or 35-year-old. I mean, he is out there grinding. It's like he's president already. If you look at the stuff that Donald Trump is doing, meeting with all of these foreign leaders, and then you see Jim Crow Joe falling asleep for a minute or two at a conference in Angola, Africa, just went to sleep. And so I need everybody to see the difference. If people could get out of their Trump derangement syndrome for just a moment and realize, you know what, I want to see what they got to say when they don't get taxed on their overtime or on their tips. I want to see those Trump derangement syndrome people complain about having more money in their pockets. Less food, less money for food, less money for gas. No tax on your Social Security, no tax on your overtime, no tax on your tips, a secure border, the streets being cleaned up, not homeless people laying everywhere, because that's not a way for them to live respectably, to be out in the street like that. We need to help those people. A lot of times they have mental health issues, and I hope that RFK looks into, I don't think I've heard him mention this, but we also have a gap in the mental health issue. There's a mental health problem in this country. Clearly there's a mental health problem. All right, people talking about it's the gun that's the problem. Guns do not shoot themselves. There is a mental health problem, and there is like a hole in it. It needs help. We need better mental health services. So I'm praying that he also, RFK, I pray that RFK also addresses that, because we've got major problems in the mental health area. Maybe it's from all the chemicals and everything. Maybe that's all intertwined. You said you're 30 years younger than him and you're tired of just watching him go, DJT. I know he works so hard, doesn't it? Oh, I'm an alpha female. Thank you, Ginger. But I just wanted to share that with you all because there's so much going on out here. But don't forget to smash like. You guys, thank you so much for supporting me. You really mean a lot to me. I'm having, not as easy of a time. I used to get 15,000 subscribers in a month. And I would get like hundreds of thousands of views on my videos, and then something happened. So I need you guys to really support me. I'm praying it gets better after January 20th and I don't have to deal with this, but I appreciate you so, so much. You all be blessed. Have a great night. Catch me on the Linda B show. It just premiered. So if you want to go over there now, put in the Linda B show, and it's the premiere. It's one video there right now, but I'm going to have other videos, guys. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors. Good night, everybody. God bless you.